Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday edition of Video Clips. And I'm doing this from home, so you may hear some meowing. Schroeder's up and walking around, so we may get some kitty commentary on the topic today, which is has to do with animals, as it turns out. So before I get started, a couple of announcements. First of all, my HIV/AIDS course, I just finished filming it, all 10 lectures. And so for those of you that missed the live version that I did earlier this year, you can now take the whole course online. And so you can sign up for that now. I want to remind you, we're still offering Kylie Warba's classes, the anxiety and depression groups, which makes therapy really inexpensive. It's done by teleconference. You can be anywhere. Your anonymity is protected. And those of you who have worked with her know she is amazing at what she does. So I highly recommend those. Next weekend is my cancer boot camp. Friday night, Saturday afternoon. It'll be about 5.5 to 6 hours of programming, lots of times for Q&A, and we will be talking about what causes cancer, treatments, both conventional and alternative, how to evaluate them, how to put together a treatment plan that has the best chance of succeeding, and all related topics to cancer. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then one last thing. I'm putting the fall semester together, and so if you're thinking that you want to become a data girl like me, we can teach you how to do it. And if you want to learn how to do what we do, we have a training program. If you're a health professional who's just sick of the way things are and you want to come over to our side, let me know. And if you have no training at all, we can help you to learn how to be useful in the healthcare industry. And we need more people who have a clue about what health really is all about, and also how to read the medical literature to arrive at conclusions. I've been talking about that for the last couple of days. People scream at me instead of making a cohesive, coherent argument with data, and often send me responses that make my point not theirs because they don't understand how to read data. So when you send me something that says, see, this study shows that such and such is beneficial, and it's beneficial because it reduces the risk of something by 1/8%. You're making my point, not yours, right? So anyway, my email address is pampopper@msn.com. And also don't forget, we have a conference coming up in November with Dr. Scott Atlas, Dr. Peter McCullough, and Dr. Peter Bregan, and a whole host of other amazing speakers. And we have very limited space in our place. We're only going to let like 90 people in, and then everybody else has to watch it remote. So we're very close to the remote thing. So you can go to our website, or I'll be happy to send you the information if you send me an email. All right, so this is kind of an interesting thing. The Oakland Zoo in Northern California has started giving COVID vaccines to the animals. So far, tigers, bears, mountain lions, and ferrets have been given a shot. Now, the reason why the zoo is doing this is that it has been the beneficiary of a donation of 11 doses of vaccines from a veterinary pharmaceutical company called Zoetis, I think is how it's pronounced. A posting on the zoo's website says that the vaccines will, quote, protect the health and well-being of more than 100 mammalian species living in nearly 70 zoos, as well as more than a dozen conservatories, sanctuaries, academic institutions, and government organizations located in 27 states. Zoetis vaccine, which was first tested in mink, has been authorized for experimental use on a case-by-case basis by the United States Department of Agriculture. There's no evidence at this time suggesting that animals can transmit the virus to humans, but several COVID-19 cases have been reported in pets such as cats and dogs. I'm not sure what the testing method is. And multiple zoos have reported infected animals, including gorillas, tigers, and otters. The San Diego Zoo says that some of its gorillas tested positive for COVID-19. I didn't realize that they were doing this kind of testing in the zoos, but they got some of the doses of the Zoetis vaccine in February to protect the gorillas and its other primates as well. The Oakland Zoo says right now there have been no cases of COVID-19 among its own animals, but Alex Herman, Vice President of Veterinary Services at the zoo, said Friday that it had adopted safety measures to protect the animals out of an abundance of caution. And he mentioned things like public barriers at certain habitats to keep people as far away from the animals as possible, and enhanced PPE worn by staff to protect susceptible species from COVID-19. He didn't say which ones he thought were most susceptible, but I would assume it would be primates, but apparently not. Otters are not very close to us, and apparently they have been reported to have COVID-19. He went on to say the zoo was, quote, happy and relieved to now be able to better protect our animals with this vaccine and are very thankful to Zoetis for not only creating it, but donating it to us and other zoos, AZA zoos, which are an association of zoos and aquariums in the United States. Mahesh Kumar, the Senior Vice President for Global Biologics at Zoetis, said in a statement that scientists began looking into a vaccine for animals following the first report of a dog infected with COVID-19 in Hong Kong last year. In 8 months, he says, we completed our initial safety studies, which we presented at the World One Health Congress last year. While thankfully a COVID-19 vaccine is not needed in pets or livestock at this time, we're proud that our work can help zoo animals at risk of COVID-19. So I thought that you would find it both interesting and reassuring that we now have a way to protect zoo animals against COVID-19, and they're getting vaccinated too. All right, that's all for today. As usual, pass this on to anybody who you think might enjoy watching it. And if you're not getting my newsletter, that goes out on Monday. And I also send videos out Tuesday through Friday. So if you're not getting all of them, you need to become a subscriber. And you can do that by sending me an email at pampopper@msn.com. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.